You're watching Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show. I am your host, Onrie Compan, and it is great to be here with you guys on this wonderful afternoon. It's raining and kind of crappy outside, but I am here with you guys and not feeling as crappy as I was last night. I had my tetanus shot yesterday when I had my physical. But here's the good news. Onrie's all clean, baby. I'm a clean man. I got no foreign viruses that are attacking me at the present moment. If anything, I am immune to everything, kind of, sort of, but I am as fit as a fiddle. I don't know how fit fiddles are, but anyway, we got a great show for you guys today. And I visited one of my local comic shops, Streamland Comics out in Vernon Hills, and I got some really cool stuff this afternoon. And one of them, actually, it's not Vernon Hills, it's Libertyville. Sorry about that. One thing I'm going to be giving away today are these flyers for a new Kickstarter that's coming out called The Plumber. And if you pause your screen at this moment, you can scan this QR code to learn more about it. It's a new comic by a local creator, and it looks pretty funny. The Plumber, he's reading the Poo York Times, and the headline of the article says, "Pee Pee Poo Poo Monster Still at Large." That's pretty cool. And there's a big turd right in the foreground there that's being covered by the QR code. So it's 40 fully colored page action satire. And the main character looks pretty awesome. He's just on the throne, doing his business. So this just caught my eye. I don't know what it is, but I'm all about that pee pee poo poo humor. And so, everybody who buys from me today is going to get this flyer on the house. But anybody else who might be interested in some pee-pee poo-poo humor, you can scan this QR code and learn more about the series. Just pause it right there, and, there you go. But I will hook you up. And it's also part of paying it forward. It's really hard putting your comic together and then throwing it up on Kickstarter and hoping that enough people will be interested in it to bring it to life. And, Kickstarter is a very competitive playing field, more so than I think even comic conventions are, because at least when you're at a comic convention, you're there, you can engage with people, you make the transaction, and then everything's done. Kickstarter, you got to constantly hit the ground, and there are some days where it's just very unforgiving. So and actually I would say between the first 48 hours, maybe even the first 72 hours and the last 72 hours, those are the real important moments of a Kickstarter campaign. That whole middle ground is that's a real trudge through through quicksand or mud or whatever. It's a real journey, and it tests you in every single way. So after finishing this latest Kickstarter campaign and seeing how much support I got from the community to get over that hump, and from you guys, of course, I have devoted myself. I have been found and saved by Jesus, and so now I'm out there trying to, help give some of these other creators a necessary push, especially if they go through the effort of being like, hey, I'm going to go print this up. Because let me tell you, I've done this before, and it feels like an incredible wasted effort after you print up 100 of these and you distribute them in your comic shops, and you just come back every single time and see the stack has not moved at all. So I feel like the least I can do on my part is to help pass this along. So everyone who shops with me today is freaking getting one of these flyers, okay? Pee-pee, poo-poo, okay? There we go, The Plumber by Charlie Cronin, coming soon to Kickstarter. He did his due diligence. I hope you guys will join me and do the same. All right. You feel it in my loins and my plums. By the way, David Moore, I started watching The Righteous Gemstones. Danny McBride is back in action, dude. It is such a great series. Though I do have to say, there's a lot of penis in that show. I mean, seriously, every episode, there is some really disgusting-looking penis in it. I mean, it's just really gross, Not the good-looking kind of penis. There's only, I don't really find penis to be good-looking, but, there's just a lot of penis, and it always grosses me out. I want some more boobs and buttocks. Female boobs and buttocks, not male. Okay. All right, if you spend $25 with me today, you get to spin the wheel. And if you spend $50 with me and you're located within the United States, you get free shipping on your order. Invoicing for the last few weeks of shows, so that's last week up to today, will be sent out today or tomorrow. I'm going to be heading out for Phoenix, so that's going to give you guys plenty of time between now and then to pay up and get squared away. And I will ship out as of next Tuesday when I get back into town. So you guys will be able to, you guys will have some time between now and then to square up. What's up, Lewis? Yeah, Jay's not here, so we can say wiener all we want. Yeah, I'm not homophobic. I'm just stating my point that I'm not into wiener. Like, I have no problem if anyone is gay. It's all good. I have a nephew who's gay. I'm really proud of him. I love him. I'm just kind of reasserting that I am not into those things, and that's it. That's it. I'm totally comfortable with it, you know, being around me. Like, if you were to dangle a wiener around me, I'd feel a little uncomfortable. But if that's your thing, I'm not going to judge you. I don't judge you for being into wieners, you know. And I'm also kind of like exploiting my ability to use the word wiener on my own channel because I can't do it on the experience as much. You know, and I can also say penis on here too, and I don't have to worry about getting canceled. I could say penis, 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 and we're all good to go. You know, it's totally good. You know, as long as I don't say child penis. Probably shouldn't. I have really good comics here. I should probably focus on showing those comics and talking less about penises. All right, I think that's probably why you're here, is to hear me talk about these comics and not about penises. And if you don't want me to talk about penis, which I totally respect, because, you know, why would you want to hear me talk about penis for the next 2 hours? I will not talk about penis at all, or wiener, or penis, none of it. I won't use any of those words so long as you guys are buying comics from me. If you guys don't buy comics from me, you're going to be hearing the P and the W word, okay? A lot today, okay? You're going to just be hearing it all over the place. You're going to hear penis, 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 wiener, 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 okay? All right, I'm not going to say it at all, though, so long as you guys are buying comics. There. Now you guys know the rules of the game. What's up, Joey? How you doing? I was kind of pigeonholed here, but you just jumped into an awesome 2-hour action-packed adventure of comic book slinging, tightly wrapped in plastic, not unlike something that starts with a P before you stick it in a V. Look at that. Let's get going. All right, I have The Flash, Iron Heights by Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Sciver. This is really awesome because it's actually the first appearance of Murmur, who's a really badass villain. And this is also one of Jeff Johns' first stories for The Flash. And Murmur's a really cool villain because he creates this virus that causes people their lungs to basically collapse and not deteriorate, but decompose. And because he hates hearing people talk. So he basically cuts out his own tongue and then he sews his own lips shut. And he's a very disturbing villain. Not something I would expect. He's not what you would call a common Flash villain. He's more of a Batman type villain, if I'm being honest. But I really like what they've done with him. And this is him right here, Murmur. Super cool villain. And apparently Jeff Johns was inspired by this dude who was, doing some roof work next to his house, and that's what inspired the look of of Murmur. So this is his first official appearance in this one-shot graphic novel here, and it's really cool. It's going to go for $5 today for Flash Iron Heights. It's in my personal collection. I just came across another copy. I paid $10 for mine. You only got to pay $5 for yours. $5 and it's yours. I actually need to read this one down. It's such a good story. I love it. If you're a Flash hater, well then suck my pee. Hey! All right. All right, Flash goes off to Lewis. First sale of the afternoon. And you know what else Lewis gets? He gets a free plumber, advertisement thing, card thing. I sold the heck out of that book, didn't I? I mean, the Flash book, not the plumber. Yeah. I mean, I kind of figured the book will sell itself. All right, there we go. All right, next up I have Daredevil number 212. And it's a newsstand copy, very fine condition. And the cover is done by David Musichelli. Let's see if he did the interiors too. And Dennis O'Neill did the story. You got some great artwork here. This is a really cool Daredevil book. Anytime you got David Musichelli on Daredevil, you can't possibly go wrong. Is it Musichelli or Musichelli? I remember he did a thing once where he mentioned to everybody how you pronounce his name for real. But that guy's a genius. He did this other graphic novel called The Serious Polyp, which is really amazing. He's responsible for doing some of my favorite story arcs in comics, Batman Year One, Daredevil Born Again. He actually worked with Frank Miller quite a bit on Daredevil, and also worked with Denny O'Neill. And this is a really cool cover. Got some great action sequences here. Daredevil 212 newsstand copy, very fine, going for $5. Honestly, I'm tempted to just keep this for me. Really cool cover here. I have Thor 357 by Walt Simonson. We got Beta Ray Bill here. What's up, Matt? How you doing, dude? Good to see you. Very good to see you. So everybody says that Walt Simonson's Thor is like the definitive Thor. So anytime I come across any Walt Simonson Thor, I just kind of snag it up as quickly as I can. And he did some really great stuff with the character, obviously by introducing Beta Ray Bill, but also just being one hell of a storyteller. And we got this copy. I'm going to say this is very fine. This is in really good shape here. Very clean copy. I would even say this is a BF plus copy of Mighty Thor number 357. That's going to go for $5 as well. So $5 on Mighty Thor 357. Matt, how you doing, dude? So I have next up I have Batman 394. And let's see who Batman's fighting here. He's fighting some dude on a horse. Robin's bursting through a window, and there's some girls behind in the foreground here. And let's see what is going on with this book. Dude, you are hustling like nobody's business. And if you want to push anything that you're working on right now, feel free to do so. Here's what's really cool about this issue of Batman. Written by Doug Mensch, illustrated by Paul Gulacy. Paul Gulacy does some of the coolest action sequences ever in comics, and his artwork is sensational. I absolutely love Paul Gulacy, and we got this issue of Batman here going for just $5. Yes, I am selling The Future Is. So Recca Publishing hooked me up with a bunch of copies because they're doing a program right now with the Experience. So I have a shit ton of these that I'm selling. They're all factory sealed, like shrink wrap books, but The Future Is a really cool series by Fred Van Lente, and it is being published by Recca Publishing. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to reach people in the tech field to bring them into comic shops, and we're selling these through live streams as well. So this is a really cool partnership, and I'm honored to be a part of it. So I have a bazillion of these. They're going for $30. If anybody is interested, let me know. I have plenty in stock for you. So The Future Is whatever. And I thought The Future Is, I thought the star stood for, but it doesn't stand for that. It stands for whatever you want it to stand for. And it's an interesting story. It's a really interesting story. Fred Van Lante's a great storyteller. What's up, Katrina? K-pop. She's using the W word, but I'm not gonna be prompted. So far Lewis is keeping me from using the P or the W word because he picked up a book. If we don't sell any more books until we get to the end, I'm gonna be using the B word quite a bit. Okay, it's gonna be coming out like you can't imagine. All right, I have Fantastic Four number 227. Newsstand copy in fine condition. We're going to do this at just $4 today for Fantastic Four 227. This is a really cool cover, by the way. I like it. By Joe Sino and Bill. Is this Sienkiewicz? It could be Sienkiewicz. Yeah, this is Bill Sienkiewicz. Yes, he did work on Fantastic Four. You wouldn't think that, but he did. I have Spider-Man Hobgoblin Lives, number 1 by Ron Frenz and Perez. I think George Perez, I'm pretty sure. Let's just make sure. And this is the return of Hobgoblin. So I think this is the return of Roderick Kinsley, because I think Jason Masondale, he became the actual Goblin. Yeah, George Perez and Roger Friend, or sorry, is it Roger Friends? Ron Friends. They did this together, which is pretty cool. So George Perez working on Spidey. Spider-Man Hobgoblin Lives number 1 is going to go for $5 today. Really cool cover. I'm going to say this is VF near mint on this one. It's in great shape. That's going to go for $5. What's Katrina saying? Hey, Onrie and others. We got D. Hausner in the house. We got a full room here. Awesome. You're dealing with a billing problem at your LCS? That sucks. All right, so I have the Terminator here from Dark Horse. This is a really cool comic. You know why? It's a pop-up comic. You've never seen anything like this before. This must have been a motherfucker to print. I will tell you right now. Like, check this out. There's like a part of this book where the artwork pops out like this. How cool is that? And it's a dude on a motorcycle. And it's done by James Robinson and Matt Wagner. You got Matt Wagner art on the Terminator from Dark Horse. It's a kind of like a one-shot story, I guess. But it's really cool, and it's going to go for just $5 today. I really dig this. Where are my Terminator lovers at? Don't make me bust out the P word. I will do it. I will drop it like you can't imagine. If no one buys this book at $5, you're all going to hear me say the whole thing, the whole word. All right, Matt Harding's taking Terminator. Awesome. One Terminator for, okay. Oh, wait, hold on a second. So Matt says, I'll buy that before Lewis says claim Terminator. So I'm going to give it to Matt because he said, you know, that I will consider it as a claim. Because I knew what he was talking about here. So that's how we're going to keep things fair here. All right, good. Matt, thank you. I was really worried I was going to have to bust out the P word for a minute, you know, but luckily he kind of saved us. I didn't have to drop it again, you know. Oh, man. All right. Now I have Venom Finale number 2. This is another Venom series here by Larry Hama. Larry the Hammer. Venom Finale 2. The artist is Pajarillo. Pajarillo. Yeah, dude. I mean, seriously, Matt, how often do you see pop-up books? All right, so pencils are actually, yeah, by Mark Pajarillo. Here's some of the artwork. I'll show it to you guys. There's a Final Fantasy VII ad in here. That's pretty cool. I'm going to find a cool spread here. There's a double-page spread from the book. This looks like a 3-issue series here. Again, it's written by Larry Hama. Did a lot of Wolverine, G.I. Joe. He is the godfather of G.I. Joe. See, here's your Final Fantasy VII ad here. Pario. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Roberto, for correcting me there. So we got Venom Finale number 2. That's going to go for $5. You know what else starts with the P? Just letting you know, there's another word that starts with the B here. All right, not here, but you know, here, as in I will use that word. You know, again, if we're not selling books, you know. Yes, I still have Uncle Tom for $2. You want me to pull that for you? I can pull that for you. Man, this book is hard to, or this bag is like the tape that's here. This is like asshole tape. There we go. Jesus. Look at what it does. Some tape like just really does damage. I'll rebag this for anybody who decides to buy it. I have Ultraman number 103. This is a pretty cool cover here. Book's in near mint condition. It was listed on my eBay store for $10. I'm knocking it down to $5. Dwayne McDuffie is the writer. Okay, Dwayne McDuffie, enough said. Doing Ultraman. Did you guys ever know that Dwayne McDuffie did Ultraman? This is going to go for $5. I don't know if I'm coming to Portland for Rose City Comic Con. I was invited to come out there because Roberto Santiago actually lives out there. So he said, like, hey, if you come out there, you'll have a place to stay. But unfortunately, it falls directly after the weekend of Dragon Con. So I'm going to have my kids that weekend, and I'm not sure yet how things are going to progress. It's kind of hard with all my traveling to do cons on weekends when I have kids. I might try and avoid it, but at the same time, the money is there at a lot of these shows, and I would really love to come out to Portland at some point. I did a show out there a long time ago, and it was when Wizard World was still active. So D, I got you on the Ultraman. So I would like to come out there, and it is possible. It is an open weekend for me, and there are no other shows happening around that time. But it's also when the kids start school. It might be better for me to just be at home to make sure that they're doing okay, because it's hard for me to arrange for them to stay with someone else. It's better for me to be consistent and stay here. So not to say that I'll never do Rose City or that I won't even do it this year. I just have to kind of see how things play out over the course of the summer and just make sure the kids are okay before I head out. So there are going to be a lot of weekends when they're going to be left with somebody else towards the fall. So, it's just, I got to make sure they're okay. That's the most important thing. I tried to avoid my kids too. No, I'm not trying to avoid them. I'm trying to be there for them at a time when they need me, So that's the only thing that's keeping me from doing that show. But I would like to do it. And I know you're in Portland, so we'd be able to hang out. You and Roberto should actually meet. Two awesome people meeting each other. The Secret Life of Top Dog number 12. This is going to go for just $4. Yeah, kids always come first. That's awesome. Katrina, I'm glad you have your kids with you. And you've been doing the single mom thing for a long time. So, yeah. I saw my kids 2 days last week, and then I was off to Dallas, and I was hoping I'd have a chance to see them this week, but it didn't work out. So I am going almost 2 weeks now without seeing the kids, and that's been really hard for me. But fortunately, we're talking on the phone. Max got an A on his final test in math, so he's had quite a journey with school this year. So he started working with my best friend. She's a tutor, and he started out really strong. And she told me, she goes, this is the honeymoon period, so he's going to be doing really well right now. And then his grades kind of dipped a bit towards the middle of the year. But he really took things seriously and really hunkered down in that last quarter. And his first test, he got a D on it, but he learned from his mistakes, and he managed to get 2 A's on his final test. And I'm really proud of him. He really put in the effort. He really worked hard. That kid does not cease to amaze me. I'm really proud of him. So next week's his birthday too, so I want to make it special for him. And one thing Chuck always said to me too, early on in the days when I was still kind of dealing with the whole divorce thing and the traveling bit. He said, if you're not going to have a lot of time with your kids, make that time count. And when you're not with your kids, make that time count too. So I'm not wasting any time. I'm here selling books with you guys. Tomorrow I'm off to Phoenix to sell more comics. We're working hard, and I'm doing it for them. So, and me too. I need to get new glasses. So my glasses are sucking. What they're doing right now is these rims here, or the nose bridge things, they've caused some, some dents in the bridge of my nose. So I need to get new frames. But everything I looked at so far, I've been excited with. So we need to sell lots of comics. Otherwise, Onrie's going to bust out the P word, and Onrie can't get new glasses. And it's going to look really bad for the ladies. And I want to look good for the girls. You know what I'm saying? I got to show them what's up. Ladies, what's up? Single and ready to mingle. Just kidding. Not ready to mingle, but still single. Hey. All right. The Defenders number 47. This is going to go for $5. This is written by David Anthony Kraft. Actually, you know what? We're going to knock the price down on this. We're going to do this for just $3 today. $3 and it's yours. Defenders 47. Main reason is I just noticed a bunch of small little dings over here, but it is a newsstand copy. It is written by David Anthony Kraft. That was my co-writer and mentor on Yishin Shin. This could go for $3. Chuck is currently reading a Yishin Shin script. My question to the master of ceremonies: have you read any good scripts lately? Yes, I have actually, Chuck. I have to say, and I'll tell this for everybody, I'm going to give you my feedback here and now. So Chuck is currently working on a script for another publisher whose name will go unmentioned. And he told me about it the other day, and then he sent me the script. And one thing I have to say that I really appreciate, I haven't read the whole thing yet. I've read like maybe a quarter of it. But the thing I love about Chuck's writing approach is he's basically talking directly to the artist. It's almost like he's having a conversation with the artist while building out the story. I've never really taken that approach. Everything I've always done is just sort of like be as detail-oriented as possible, and just it's almost kind of lifeless. It's like, here are your orders. You must do this, 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 and this. Whereas Chuck is giving the artist a lot of room to work and be creative, and saying you can go about this in different ways. He's throwing the facts out there, but he's really having a dialogue with the artist while scripting, or at least opening up the possibility of a dialogue, and not necessarily a dialogue, but basically opening up room for the artist to bring their own take onto the script that he's writing. So that's one thing I want to say, that after having read such a small portion of Chuck's script, that's something I'm definitely going to be thinking about as I write scripts in the future, is leave the door open, show the artist that they can be engaged in this process too, that it doesn't just have to be like, here's what goes in panel 1, here's what goes in panel 2, here's what goes in panel 3. Make it engaging for them, make it fun for them, and I really love that Chuck did that with his script. So there, Chuck, you got kudos from me, and everyone got to hear it. There you go. And you, and deservingly so. You're the man. Yeah, different styles and everything, but here's the thing. I think when it comes to anything, I'm always open to learning more, especially in comics, especially in sales too. Like, I'm always open to learning more things about how to sell better and how to, provide better service to customers and things like that. So, I learned from sales. I learned from how other people are doing Kickstarters, and I also learned from how other people write their scripts. Every little bit makes you better. And when you're learning something cool, like what Chuck is doing, that, is something for me to think about as I write future scripts. It should be fun for the artist. That's something to just keep in the back of my mind. Am I writing this in a very factual, like, boring way, or am I writing this in a way that is making it engaging for the artist to draw? And I think Chuck really has a strong understanding of that. That's really awesome. I don't know how often writers do that. I know Alan Moore certainly gave Dave Gibbons a lot of room with Watchmen, but he was also very specific about some of the things that he wanted to see. But at the same time, when you're writing the script, you're basically setting a blueprint that you're ready to hand off, and you got to kind of have a loose vision so that the artist has room to work with it and to honestly improve it. You want someone to improve what you're doing, not just keep it stale. So kudos to you, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Chuck, if you screw with me, I'm going to take it like a man. That's how it goes. I like getting screwed with. Pablo, what is up, my man? Pablo is someone I got to hang out with and meet in Dallas, and he is fantastic. huge supporter of indie comics, by the way, and a really great friend. I actually had the pleasure of hanging out with him, and on Friday night we went out to dinner at this really awesome Mexican restaurant. And Pablo was also one of our biggest patrons for the latest Warline campaign, and he picked up the rest of the original art after the campaign was over. And he's just a fantastic guy, and he came out and he helped me out at the convention. He helped me kind of, close up shop, and he let me go to the bathroom at certain points, and just a really wonderful guy. So Pablo, welcome. And he has a saying, and it's a great saying, we make you look good. And that was something he definitely helped me with over the weekend. He was the one who took the picture of me in front of my boxes at the end of the weekend. We had to take a bunch of pictures, and honestly, it was my own insecurities, not his picture taking, but we got it to where I was happy with it. So he's awesome, and he was a big inspiration to me too. Ha! All right, so next up I got Detective Comics 682. We got a cool embossed cover here by Chuck Dixon and what is his name? Nolan. God. Graham Nolan. God damn. I knew the name. It was on the tip of my P. All right, Detective Comics 682 embossed cover. Gonna go for $5 today. Oh, thank you, Katrina. I appreciate that. I may always look good, but I don't always feel good, So Pablo definitely helped me out there. As you guys know, this last show was pretty challenging because of the printing situation, but alas, it is what it is, and I got through the weekend, and it was very successful, and I owe that to the support I had from friends and everything. So yeah, not Kevin Nolan. No, that was Graham Nolan. All right, next up I got Batman Spawn by Doug Mensch, Chuck Dixon, Alan Grant, and Claus Janson. This is the crossover that DC put out, War Devils. And this is going to go for $20 today for Batman Spawn War Devils. I did not get the books, but the books did arrive at the hotel. And they were I'm still dealing with the hotel, kind of, sort of. So basically the hotel was like, can you mail us a shipping label? I'm like, mail you? I'm like, can I email it to you? And they're like, no, just ship it to us. And I'm like, no, give me your email and I'll email it to you. But I'm not shipping out a shipping label, waiting for it to come there for 5 days and then wondering, So I didn't say it to them like that. I was very patient with them and everything, but they really didn't want to deal with this. So I purchased the shipping label online. I emailed it to them, and FedEx was supposed to come and grab everything yesterday. They did not. So hopefully it'll go out today. God willing. It's exhausting. Honestly, I just want to get these books and be done with this affair, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? Yeah, could you ship a shipping label for shipping? Yes, that was the original thought. But then the girl called me back and she said, you can email it to me. I'm like, thank God. So they received everything, but FedEx hasn't come to pick up the box yet. So hopefully FedEx comes today and takes everything so that it's out there and I know that it'll arrive safely. I have Avengers 360 foil and embossed cover with Vision on there, alternate visions. Let's take a look at the inside of this book, see who worked on it. Let's see. Deathlock. Oh, no, Vision's in here. Bob Harris is the writer. Steve Epting is the penciler. That is cool. I love Steve Epting. His artwork's phenomenal. He did all of Captain America when they brought the Winter Soldier in for the first time. Him and Ed Brubaker did that series together with Mike Perkins. Some really incredible art. So we're going to do Avengers 360 today for $5. This is a really clean copy of the book. Very fine on this. Matt Harding is claiming Avengers. Awesome. Very cool. Pablo, I feel like you and Roberto really need to meet. You guys reminded me of one another so much because mostly because you guys are not only of Hispanic backgrounds, but also because you guys are both in the tech field. So that's the main reason why. But you guys are both really awesome. Two people I consider to be very, very good friends in the biz. So one of these days we're going to have to introduce you two to each other. We got one of you out in the West Coast, and the other one's in the Midwest with me. All right, let's see here. Gotta move some other books here. I'm gonna pull some stuff up in just a second, just to fill up that bottom rack there. Okay. All right, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have Master of Kung Fu number 35. That's going to go for $4. I have Cole the Conqueror number 8. That's going to go for $5. Incredible Hulk 393. It's a foil. Is it embossed? No, it's not embossed, but it is a foil cover. It's going to go for $5. The all-new Flash TV special. That's going to go for $5. And then I have the Mighty Avengers number 254. This is an early White Vision issue going for $5. If you have any questions about these, just let me know. I pulled out too many. Okay. We'll call here. Master of Kung Fu, I have a whole ton of these. So if anybody wants to pick this one up at $4, I have a whole bunch of other ones. I'll cut you in on a deal. So if you're into Master of Kung Fu, let me know. I could probably do $3 a piece on all the issues that I have. In fact, I'll just show you which ones I have right now. Very eager to move those books, by the way. I gotta make room for what I have here. So I have Shang-Chi 40, 52, 69, and 35. I was doing those at $3 a pop. So that'd be $12. Tell you what, if you decide you want to grab all these books right now, we have 35, 40, 52, and 69. I'll do all 4 of these at $10. 4 for $10 if anybody is interested. I just want to get rid of these. It would be $12. I'll take an extra $2 off. Normally I was planning to sell each one for $4. That would bring it to $16, but I'll do it all for $10. All right, and I got some new stuff that I just picked up yesterday. I have Hawk World, which is really cool. It's a story about the Hawkman on his home planet. I forgot his Thanagar, I think is his planet. It's the story of how Carter Hall becomes the original Carter Hall from Thanagar. So this is Hawk World number 1, part 2, and part 3. It's really, really great. Honestly, it helped inspire a lot of the things I did with Warline early on. So I highly recommend this. This is really good reading here. I'm going to do this set here for just $10. These 3 books are $10. And then I have Strange Adventures from Vertigo. It's a 4-issue series. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hakalui is his planet. All right, Strange Adventures number 1 through 4. It's a 4-issue series from Vertigo. This is going to go for $10. And then Pablo, I think I don't know if you've heard of this on Jen's show, but there's a new graphic novel called The Future Is, and it's targeted mainly towards people in the tech world and particularly in cybersecurity. And it's put out by an independent publisher called Rekka, and it's an interesting series written by Fred Van Lant. I have a bunch of these books that are sealed, and I'm doing each one for $30. You may have heard of this already on the experience, because I know a lot of the dealers on there are selling this book, and we've also interviewed the creators, or Jen King interviewed the creators on Talking Shop. So this is pretty cool. But if anybody is interested in picking up The Future Is, I have a whole bunch of these. They're going for $30 a pop. Your copy will be factory sealed or shrink wrapped, however you want to put it, but it's brand spanking new. Yeah, you saw it on Jen's show. Yeah, this is mainly for the tech audience and to bring awareness of, cybersecurity stuff. So there you go. You saw it already. Okay, so I'm going to be showcasing a lot of different stuff today. I did do some minor restocking over at Dreamland Comics out in Libertyville. I didn't buy a lot of stuff, a stack about this high, but then I also have a lot of stuff that I bought yesterday that didn't move, so I'm going to recycle through that stuff from last week as well. So get ready. We're going to start. I'll start with the new stuff so you guys can hop on that. Cybersecurity is an oxymoron. Why is that, Pablo? I'm just curious. Number 35, 40, 52, and 69, Chris. If you want them all, it's just $10. $10 for all of them. All right. New stuff you've never seen before because I just picked it up today. I mean, you may have seen it before on the show, but this is new in inventory. I have Old Man Hawkeye number 7 going for $2. The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing number 12, that's going to go for $2. Blog It is online and it can be accessed. The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, that's the last chapter of the series, and it's really great. Don't read it until you've read all the other issues because it's a really good run. And it's all about two Jokers at war with each other, and the conclusion is very satisfying, kind of. And if you're into the Joker, it's very satisfying. I really like that series. Now, we got a She-Hulk cover here, but this isn't actually She-Hulk. It's Amazing Spider-Man 28. Not sure what Marvel was thinking here, but this was sort of like, hey, we need She-Hulk on the cover of Spider-Man here, and she's not inside the actual book. This is Spider-Man fighting Doc Ock here. But I figured, for those of you guys who might like Elena Casagrande, who did the cover here, maybe you want this cover just to be a completist. Buy it for the cover art and the single issue too. It's drawn by Ed McGuinness and written by Zeb Wells, illustrated by Ed McGuinness. This is going to go for $2. Marvel thinking is also an oxymoron. She-Hulk, Spider-Man, what's the difference? Who cares? Same thing. All right, I got some very early Daredevils, but they're not in great shape. These are reader-friendly copies, which is why I'm selling them for the prices that I'm doing them at. Just a fair warning to you. I have Daredevil 106 and number 126 going for just $4. These books are still together. They're holding, but they're pretty faded. So these are reader-friendly copies. $4. Not much you can do with these to bring up the value, but if you want early Daredevil and you want to read them in print, it's more for the preservation purpose than anything. There you go. Here's another cool series called The Plot. This is issue 2. It is published by Vault. And this is an 8-issue series, and it's about this family. The mother and father get killed by some entity, and the kids move into this house that where their parents were staying at, and their uncle is now in care of them, and this house is haunted by this entity, and there are a whole bunch of horrible things that are happening around them. It's got a very good vibe. I mean, if you're looking for good horror in comics, there are two genres that I think are very hard to nail in comics. Believe it or not, I think horror is one of them. I don't think horror is as easy, because there aren't that many prompts. It can be done, and it can be done well. I've seen some really great horror in comics, but I think it's very difficult. The second thing is humor. I think humor is also really hard to pull off in comics, but you would think, right, that I would be open to it, and I am, but I just don't see it. I see it falling flat more often than I see it landing. So this is an example of where it lands really well, especially with the way things are set up. And this is a really cool second issue. I've read the whole series. It's really good. Highly recommend it. The artwork is fantastic. And you see it's got this murky, vibe going for it. It's a good series. The Plot number 2 of 8 is going to go for just $2 today. Really good shape too. This is a good book. Good series. I have Xena Warrior Princess versus Callisto, number 1 of 2. or sorry, 1 of 3 and 2 of 3. So you're just missing issue 3. We got any Xena fans out there? This is going to go for $4. And then I have We Only Find Them When They're Dead by Al Ewing and Simone DeMeo. This is issues 8 and 9. Together, they're going to go for $4. And Simone DeMeo does the artwork in here, and his artwork is sensational, like truly sensational. Al Ewing, responsible for doing Immortal Hulk, a more horror-based Hulk book that really landed with a lot of people. So you get these 2 books, it's $4. Okay, Cena's off to Lorena. And in about 9 minutes here, Lorena, welcome to the show, by the way. I'm going to hook you up with one of the last flyers for The Plumber, which is a new comic that's coming to Kickstarter soon. The creator of this series is local to the area, and it looks like a pretty funny book. So here you go. Spreading the love for this dude. I have The Rough and Ready Show, number 2 from Hanna-Barbera. This is issue 2 of 6. And it's going to go for $2. I have Thanos Infinity Abyss, number 5 of 6. That's going to go for $2. Batman Superman, number 65. I just thought this cover was pretty cool. It's like the symbols bleeding on a gravestone. Looks pretty dark and cool. $2 on this. Suicide Squad, number 43. Not sure how this ended up in there, but it did. $2. Sometimes when I'm just buying up stuff, I'm just like, I'll take this, and this. We Only Find Them When They're Dead. I didn't know that Simone DeMeo was the illustrator for that. That's actually really cool. This is a really gorgeous looking book here. And I was introduced to him when he started working on the latest Batman and Robin series. And his artwork is just sensational. Very colorful, very poppy, very cool. $4 for these 2 books for issues 8 and 9 of the series. I read issue 1, and it's kind of like, you know, people are looking for these like mechs or whatever that were like gods, and they're now dead, and they're just like wandering space. I don't remember it very well, but I do remember reading the first issue. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you were here before. Okay. So Lorena was here. All right. No worries. It's all good. All right. I have Ghost Rider, Robbie Ray's Ghost Rider. This is the Ghost Rider who's in the Cadillac, I guess, or in the Diablo. I don't know. I'm not really good with cars. I have issue 5. Okay. Sorry. Oops. I have issue 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Robbie Ray's Ghost Rider. I didn't even know that he got his own series, but we got these 4 issues here going for $8 for anyone who's interested in Robbie Ray's Ghost Rider. And that's all the new stuff that I have. Now we're going to cycle through all the other stuff that I have here. And so I kind of mixed things up yesterday. So I didn't put everything back in order. So there's just like a big smorgasbord. Everything's just kind of out of order right now. But the new stuff is over there. Okay. I have the Royals number 1. That's going to go for $2. Okay. Soup Bats. You're picking that up. It is a cool cover. Venomverse number 1, $2. Wonder Woman Steve Trevor special number 1 is $2. I have the Scooby Apocalypse number 14 and number 15. This is actually written by J.M. DeMatteis. That's pretty cool. Didn't know he worked on it. $4 on this. Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider number 6 and number 7. So before I went on the air, I actually read the first issue of this series, and here were my thoughts on it. So apparently at some point, Ben Reilly died. He decomposed because he had a degeneration factor. This was back in Spider-Man 75. This is when they finally determined at one point that Ben Reilly was the original Spider-Man, and Peter Parker was the clone. This dates back to Amazing Spider-Man 149, where Spider-Man fights the clone for the first time, and it is believed after all this time that the original Spider-Man lost the battle of the clone, and the Peter Parker that we've been following for the last 5 years is the clone, or was the clone. And he had started his own life. He was leaving. Mary Jane got pregnant, and all these things were happening for him. And then you find out that he was the clone, and that was pretty shattered. Like, that was shocking, especially for me. But what I really liked was that eventually Peter Parker, who is now believed to be the clone, accepted this fate and didn't feel like he had to change his life because of it. So he stopped being Spider-Man, and he stepped aside for Ben Reilly to become Spider-Man. And then eventually he gets brought back, obviously, because fans weren't, real keen on the idea of the clone being Spider-Man for the last 5 years. I actually thought it was quite a shock. So eventually the status quo gets returned to normal, as it always does. Peter Parker is now Spider-Man again. And Ben Reilly degenerates, and we know that he was the clone all along. But apparently he didn't die. He became the Jackal. And he became a bad guy. He did bad things. And he decided, okay, I'm not a bad guy anymore. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle now. So that's where this series kind of picks up. So he was the Jackal, and he's now kind of connected. Oh, that's Mel. Hey, Mel, I'm on the air right now. Can I call you back in a little while? Sure. Awesome. Is there anything you want to say to everybody? Oh, no, he hung up the phone. He didn't want to say shit to you guys. He just wanted to say, fuck you! No, just kidding. Mel doesn't do that. Mel's a great guy. He's not about that at all. Neither am I, by the way. I didn't mean to show you guys a middle finger. I'm not, trying to say, fuck you. I'm, saying, overall, in a joking way, like fuck you, but not that, I don't want to that. But anyway, Scarlet Spider. It's kind of like Scarlet Spider. He's not exactly Peter Parker, but he's kind of somewhere in the middle. And it's the first issue is illustrated by Mark Bagley, and I liked it. It's one of our FOMO books for next week, by the way. But it's all written by Peter David, who recently passed away, and I think he's got a really strong grasp on the character. And it seems like it's off to an interesting start. This isn't your daddy's Spider-Man or your daddy's Scarlet Spider. He's very much his own character. So we got Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider number 6 and 7 for anyone who's interested, going for just $4. He said, wiener, wiener, wiener. Joey liked it. I don't know yet, but Joey, yeah, I'm definitely down to hang out while we're out there. I'm just kind of at the mercy of, I'm going to be with Mel and Mog the whole time. So I'm sure they'll be totally cool with you joining us for dinner one night. So yeah, let's hook up while we're out there. I'm actually heading out tomorrow, and I thought I was on a morning flight, but I'm actually heading out in the afternoon, which is nice. So I'll get into Phoenix in the early evening. Kind of nice to be able to kind of breathe a little bit before heading out to a convention. Usually I leave in the morning of Thursday so that I can get there, pick up all my stuff, and then, set up. It's usually a whole day ordeal. And then I'm left with all this time in the evening to just kind of do nothing. So it's nice to be able to wake up tomorrow, be at home, have breakfast from home, do everything, at home before heading out. I say, fluff you fluffing fluff. That line's making me miss my dog, Lorena. I have Venom Lethal Protector number 155. Well, Venom, and this is the start of a run called Lethal Protector. Also illustrated by Mark Bagley, by the way. Going for $2. Mark Bagley is one of my favorite artists of all time. Every time I see him at a con, I'm like, Mark, I'm a big fan of yours. And he's like, Jesus, get the fuck out of here, you fucking stalker. And I'm like, okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, appreciate you, thank you. And yeah, he thinks I'm a total tool. But you know, I'm a big fan of his. And I make sure to let him know that. Yeah, Bentley is staying with my friend this week because I had 2 conventions back to back. So she has tried to steal him from me on multiple occasions, and I just told her, like, I have so many conventions, you don't have to worry about stealing him from me because he's going to need to go to you anyway. So I figured I don't have the kids this week. If the kids were with me, Bentley would be here because Bentley provides stability for Alan and stuff like that too. So he's always here when Alan's here too. So I will get Bentley back on Monday. He's staying with my friend for the week, but I went and visited him on Monday because I had to drop off more food and we needed to clip his nails because they were getting really long. So I got to see him, but he's not here. Yeah, dude, it is a good lineup for the con this year. Yeah, I will do that for you, Tori. I have Batman number 27, The War of Jokes and Riddles. This is the interlude. It's gonna go for $2. Yeah, he's just having a sleepover. He's with his aunt, and she loves him very much. I have Spawn Kills Every Spawn, number 2, number 3, and number 5. Can I ask you guys an honest question? I'm just going to be really honest with you. It's a real honest question. I want a real honest answer from you. What the fuck is this still doing here? Like, seriously, how has this not been claimed yet? You guys are like, Andy, that was Spawn. That was fucking Spawn. I bought some fucking Spawn, and you guys still aren't buying it. What the heck is going on here? Like, seriously? If this doesn't sell after the tirade, I am a terrible salesman. Like, seriously, I have no idea what this is still doing here. I thought this is gonna fly off of the rack like so quick, but it is not. Alas, it is still here, and it's actually colored by the guy who did the colors for one of the Warline covers. I've been working with him this whole time, and he actually introduced me to the colorist of Warline, Steve Cannon. So there you go. I don't know what this is still doing here, but alas, it's still here. Spawn kills every Spawn, except for my Spawn. My Spawn has not been killed. You know what I'm really hoping for this weekend at the show? I really hope I run into Todd McFarlane again so I can show him one of my booting videos. I would really love to get his feedback. One Dara for pawns. You paid full price for him. Oh. Chris Nash is looking for a deal. So you guys are holding out. You're hoping I'll lose my patience. No, if I'm going to do anything with those books, I'm going to raise the price, damn it. I'm not going to bring it down. I'm going to find a way to get issues 1 and 5. Or no. Is it 2, 3, and 5, right? No, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to find issues 1 and 5, and then I'm going to up the price for these bad boys. I have Lilo and Stitch, number 4. That's going to go for $2. And then I have 2 issues of Spectacular Spider-Man. They're pretty beat up, so I'm going to just do them for $1 a pop. I have issues 177 and 188. They're reader-friendly copies. This could go for $2 right now for the pair. $2. I'll tell you what. I'll do it for $5. $5, you get all 3 of those books at $5. X-Men Enter Now, Age of X-Man, number 1. It's sealed in a poly bag. That's going to go for $2. Wait, hold on. Oh, so, Tori, are you trying to tell me to tell Bagley that you're the one who's forcing me to stalk him? That's okay. He's not that creeped out by me. We make a joke about that I'm like there to like stalk him. The only one who doesn't find that joke funny is Chip Zdarsky. It's like every time I see him, like, hey Chip, it's me, it's Onrie, Chip, and he's like, he just gotta keep walking. No, I can't bring those books. So just so you guys know, I don't bring any of these books with me to cons. This is specifically for you guys on these shows. Because when I'm in Artist Alley, I'm not allowed to sell collectible comics. The only time I'm allowed to sell collectible comics is if I have a booth. And I typically don't like going to cons with collectible comics because it's a lot more logistical setups. It's so much more work because I have to drag all of these long boxes. I have to ship everything, then I have to worry about shipping it back. So I just worry about my own stuff. So these books do not come with me to cons. They are specifically here for you guys. I might bring them to like a local event, like a one-day show, so that I can dump my inventory. But other than that, I don't really do anything. Yeah, Zeb Wells was actually really awesome. Go outside, nerd. The Crow, Dead Time, #1 and #2. This is another series. It's like, what do I got to do here? You got James O'Barr, Matt Wagner, and Alex Maleev all working on The Crow. These are 8 covers, each one for $2 a pop, $4 on these Crow books. I mean, come on, people. What do I got to do here? All right, Steve Rogers, Captain America, #15. This is a pretty badass cover here. We got Hydra Cap fighting Red Skull. That's going to go for $2. Now, I have them. Everybody's got them. I know. Excuses. Duke #5. You probably all have this too, don't you? Every one of you guys who are watching the show right now, all of you are like, oh, yeah, I got that Duke. I have like 10 copies of Duke #5 going for $2. Guilt sales tripping. All right, I have The Wilds #1. That's going to go for $2. I have Classics Illustrated in the Reign of Terror. This is going to go for $2. Herbie #5. That's going to go for $2. The Flash Annual #1. This is going to go for $2. Amazing Spider-Man #6. $2 on this. Satan 6 #3 sealed in the poly bag. #4 is actually the first appearance of Jason Voorhees in a comic. The Shadow and the Coils of Leviathan, #3 and #4. That's a 4-part series. I have 2 parts of it here going for $4. We're getting close to FOMO. As soon as I get to this lower 2 rows, then we're going to do FOMO. So we're almost there. I have Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver #2. We got a variant cover here going for $2. Web of Spider-Man 128 is $2. And then Incredible Hulk 380 is $2. I do too. I'm a big Peter Parker fan myself, Tori. I'm right there with you. I like old Petey. I have Amazing Spider-Man 790 going for $2. Not sure how this is still here, but alas it is. We got some cool Alex Ross covers there. $2 on this Amazing Spider-Man 790. Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77 #5. That's $2. Batman The Shadow #2 of 6. That's $2. When is Tucson Comic-Con? Am I typing with gloves on? Turn the heat up. What do you mean? This is weird. Show comments on stage? No, I don't want to show the comments on stage. Oh, it's on Memorial Day weekend? Yeah, you know, that's so close to Phoenix. And usually Phoenix falls on that same time. So, yeah, I think probably it's I'll stick to Phoenix because I've heard bigger things. I heard Phoenix is the better of the 2 shows. If it was separated like by, you know, one is in November and the other one is with or in the summertime, you know, that would be one thing. One of these days I'll find a way to get out there. Oh, Labor Day. Labor Day is Dragon Con. Like always it's Dragon Con, so I always end up there. Bane Conquest number 2 of 6 is $2. 2 of 12 is $2. Deadpool 35, which is a Secret Empire tie-in, and number 36. These are both going to go for $4 for these Deadpools. And the last book I'll show before it's FOMO time is Deathstroke number 9 by Rob Liefeld. Story and art by Rob Liefeld. $2. All right, it is officially FOMO time. So I am going to show our Femme Fatale FOMO books. You guys ready for this?
It's FOMO time!
Is that an acronym for me getting a chance to play the Flash again? Oh, that's what it means. It was a good Flash! No one wants to play Flash comics on Onrie Show because of me! And I can't buy comics either because I'm a big weenie!
Oh my God, like, shut up already.
You know what the best thing is? I think I really nailed them there. Like, that's exactly, like, honestly, you know, how close was I to getting Ezra Miller's voice right there? I feel like I did pretty damn good there. He's just as annoying in that video as he is in real life. Am I right? Yeah? All right, well, anyway, shut up! Because we got Femme Fatale books, and if you don't want me to start using the B word, you better start claiming these freaking books here, okay? All right, so I have an Elseworlds Wonder Woman. Well, it's called Real Worlds Wonder Woman by Glenn Hansen and Alan Neuwirth. This is going to go for $5 for Wonder Woman. Harley Quinn number 1. This is an eBass cover by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. That's going to go for $5. Mighty Thor number 700, a 50-page Asgardian epic, as chronicled by a bunch of really awesome creators, starring Jane Foster Thor. That's going to go for $5. Crossed C-Day edition, Get Infected by Garth Ennis, and his name rhymes with the P word, Ennis. That's going to go for $5, and that's down from $8. This one is a big one, just so you guys know. I have Kelly Thompson, Leonardo Romero, and Jordi Belair's first issue of Hawkeye Kate Bishop. This is normally a $20 book that I'm going to do today for just $10, making it nice and easy for you. You can save big on that book. That is a hot one right there. We got 3 more FOMO books here. One of them I got to look up real quick. I meant to do it before I got on the air. Let's see here. There was a point where this book was like $20, but apparently it's not that anymore. It's just $5. But it's a love story between 2 Green Lanterns, it appears, and it's written by Tim Seeley. Green Lanterns number 40. This is a variant cover, and it's going to go for just $5 today. I have a whole bunch of them, so if anybody else wants it. And then I have America Chavez number 2. That's going to go for $5. And then I have Hack Slash number 1 by Teeny Howard. And we got a black and white sketch cover here that's going to go for $5. So these are your FOMO books. And they're all Femme Fatale FOMO books. That is all of them. The Femme Fatales. That's cool, Joey. What are you going to be selling out of there? Or what are you going to be doing? Give you guys a second here to claim any FOMO books you guys want. And then I'm going to take everything that's up on the racks down, and I'm going to start building another rack. Got about 44 minutes left on the air before I end today's show. So just giving you guys that heads up. That's cool. So you're going to have 2 anthology magazines out. That's awesome. That's really cool. Okay, so I have 0 claims on all the FOMO books so far. Ah, man. I did not know how to pick them today. That's for sure. Looks like I'm going to start having to use the P word. I'm going to start using it. It's going to hurt the algorithm. I'm going to start saying, you know, the dreaded P word and the dreaded W word, too. We're going to talk all about the penis, and we're going to talk about the vagina. It'll be like an episode of The Righteous Gemstones right here. You're going to hear all about the P word, even though there is nothing but V on all these covers here. That's it. You're going to hear all about that P right now. All right, I'm going to go over these books one more time just because we got some stuff here that I think you guys might have missed, and I want to give you guys an extra opportunity to grab these books. I'll leave the FOMO books up here. Hawkeye number 1 is going to Joey. And Joey, I can bring that with me to the con too, so just let me know if you want me to bring it to the con. I can do that for you. Okay. Teach us about the birds and the bees. All right, Joey, I got you. And Joey, just so you know as well, what was I going to tell you? Something. Oh yeah, you got the final. Ad thing for that Kickstarter, so you can reach out to that creator. What was I going to tell you? I was going to say something. I forgot. It'll come back to me at some point. Yeah. Oh, Katrina. That was what I was going to say to you. Katrina, yes, you can definitely pick up books for me. I don't think I even sent you an invoice, so don't even worry about it. I'll let you know what the total is, and when you come. So Katrina's going to be dropping off books, I think, next week, right? So you're going to drop off books with me next week that we're going to resell on the shows. That's very kind of her. She's going to be donating books. So I will have a fresh stock coming in, and I'm basically I will give Katrina a bunch of books, and yeah, we'll take care of it when you get here. So don't worry about invoicing or shipping. You and I will settle up. Yeah, that's fine. We could do that. That's fine. Anytime you guys, if I'm going to see you in person, I'm totally fine to just square up using cash. We don't have to worry about doing everything in on invoicing. That's okay. All right, I have Batman number 27 going for $2. Lilo and Stitch number 4 is $2. Spectacular Spider-Man 177 and 188. How about I just do both of these for $1? Get them both for $1. X-Men 1, Enter Now, The Age of X-Men, sealed in a polybag. That's $2. Awesome. And I'll respond to the rest of your questions later. Spawn Kills Every Spawn number 2, 3, and 4. If I find issues 1 and 5, I'm upping the price on these. I'm bagging and boarding them, and I will sell this at like $25. Kid you not. Grab all these right now for $6. The Crow, Dead Time number 1 and 2. We got 2 A covers here. That's going to go for $4. Duke number 5 is 2. Steve Rogers Captain America 15 is 2. Venom 155 is 2. Wonder Woman Steve Trevor Special number 1 is 2. Venomverse number 1 is 2. Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider number 6 and 7. That's going to go for $4 for the pair. Royals number 1 is 2. Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider number 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's going to go for $8. $8 on those. Suicide Squad number 43 is 2. Zombie Apocalypse number 14 and 15. We're going to do these two at 4. Thanos Infinity Abyss number 5. That's going to go for 2. We only find them when they're dead. Number 8 and 9. That's $4 on these. That's a cool series. Really beautiful art by Simone DeMille. Old Man Hawkeye number 7 is 2. Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing number 12 is 2. Amazing Spider-Man number 28. She-Hulk on the cover, $2. Daredevil 106 and 126. Get them both for $4. Some old Daredevils. The Plot number 2 is $2. The Rough and Ready Show number 2 is $2. Deathstroke number 9 is $2. Bane Conquest number 2 of 6 is $2. Deadpool number 35 and 36. That is $4 on that set. Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77 number 5. That's 2. Batman in the Shadow number 2 of 6. That's 2. Scarlet Witch Quicksilver number 2 is 2. Amazing Spider-Man 790 is 2. Herbie number 5 is 2. Incredible Hulk 380 is 2. Web of Spider-Man 128 is 2. Satan 6 number 3 of 4 is 2. Classics Illustrated The Reign of Terror is 2. Amazing Spider-Man number 6 is 2. The Shadow in the Coils of Leviathan number 2 of 4 and 3 of 4. That's $4 on these two. The Flash Annual number 1 is 2, and the Wilds number 1 is 2. It's everything from our first double rack. All right. Get the show on the road. I have Batman Curse of the White Knight number 8. We got Joker on the cover. $2 on this. The Flintstones number 12. $2 on this. Final Crisis number 5 of 7. 2 on this. Avengers 362. 2 on this. Heroes Reborn Ashima number 1. That's 2. Doctor Strange number 55. That's 2. The Goon 136 is 2. Superior Spider-Man 27 Point Now. Goblin Nation number 1 is 2. The Omega Men number 4 is 2. Predator versus Magnus Robot Fighter number 2 of 2. We got a Barry Windsor Smith cover here. It's going to go for $2. Hulk 2099 number 4 is $2. Invincible Iron Man number 20 is $2. Cable, we got 5 issues of Cable. Cable number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Do them all. That's just $10 for the cables. Captain America Annual number 11 is $2. Unstable Molecules number 1 of 4 is $2. X-Men God Loves Man Kills Extended Cut number 1 of 2, that's $2. Laura Kinney Wolverine number 70, that's $2. Superman Toyman Playing Rough number 1 is $2. I have a run of Champions here. We got issues 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 10, and 11. It's an interesting Champions team because it's all the teenage characters. You got 2, 4, 6, 7. All 7 of these books. It's written by Mark Waid and illustrated by Humberto Ramos. This is a solid creative team here, going for $14. 14 on this. And if you want to if you want me to cut you a deal on any of these books because you're interested, but the prices are too high, just let me know and I'll work with you guys. Savage Dragon versus the Savage Megaton Man. Number 1 is $2. X Factor number 1, $2 on this. Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur number 23, $2 on this. It's Amazing Spider-Man 50 homage cover. I have Shazam, the World's Mightiest Mortal, number 31, going for $2. Deadpool versus Thanos, number 3, that's $2. Hawkeye, number 2, and number 3, that's going to go for $4. Joey, you have issue 1. Here's issues 2 and 3, going for an extra $4. Let me know if you want to add those. Hawkman, number 20. 21, 23, 24, 25, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. I wonder where Hawkman is in this latest Superman movie. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. There's 11 of these. That would be $22. You give me $18. These are all yours. $18 for all the Hawkmans. It's 11 comics for $18. X Factor 92. This is part of the Fatal Attractions run. You get the hologram, card on the front with, I think, Havoc over there. I believe that's Havoc. No, that's not Havoc. Not sure who that is, but $2. Catwoman 18, 21, 22, 23, and number 30. If you grab all of these Catwomans, it is going to go for just $10. $10 for these Catwomans. Superman 66, $2. Warrior Nun, black and white, number 17. Number 18. And number 19, that's going to go for $6. Incredible Hulk, number 416. And 419, that's going to go for $4. I have Mistress of Chaos, Zen the Intergalactic Ninja. We got an adventure here going for $2. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 235 is $2. Doctor Strange number 24 is $2. Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe Again number 4 is $2. Amazing Spider-Man number 32 is $2. I really like the Goblin mask here. How it's like wooden. It's almost like a wooden mask. But it's interesting. He goes to Camertage. That's interesting. $2 on this. War Machine number 5 is $2. Star Trek number 31 is $2. I have Amazing Fantasy 17 going for $2. The Bogeyman number 3, China Tune, $2. Cool. Send the Intergalactic Ninjas off to Matt. Man, I have 2 more Zen books. Hang on, I'd like to show them to you real quick. They're from one of them's from Archie. Here, I'll find it for you in just a second here. There we go. First off, I found some more Hawkeye. So I have Hawkeye number 5 and 11. So we have 2, 3, 5, and 11. And this is all going to go for $8 for anyone who's interested. This is from that same series that was one of our FOMO books. So you claim the Zen, the Mistress of Chaos. I also have Zen the Intergalactic Ninja number 1 and number 2 of 3 of an Archie series. I do both of these at 4. Let me know if you're interested in that. I'll give you first right of refusal on those. Put off this one here. Okay, cool. Thank you. Indiana Jones and the Spear of Destiny, number 1 of 4, and number 2 of 4, and number 4 of 4. We're missing 3. We got these 3 going for $6. I'm zenning it up for you, buddy. All right. We'll take our FOMO books down. I have no idea how I'm still stuck with the majority of these, but I'm going to show them off again for you guys. I have Green Lanterns number 40 going for $5. It's a variant cover. Hack Slash number 1 is going to go for $5. This is another black and white variant. Crossed C-Day edition. This is going to go for $5. America Chavez number 2 is going to go for $5. Mighty Thor 700 is $5. Real World's Wonder Woman is going to go for $5. And Harley Quinn number 1, we got an eBass cover here going for $5. $5 Femme Fatale FOMO. 7 books left. Superman 30. We got a Lee In-hyuk variant cover. That's going to go for $2. I think I have 31 as well. Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 9 is $2. Tarzan the Savage Heart number 1 of 4, 2 of 4, and 3 of 4 is going to go for $6. I have The Mask, The Hunt for Green October number 1 of 4. That's $2. And from what I hear, the Mask comic book series is very different from the movie. It's not as comedic. It's a lot darker. The New Mutants Special Edition number 1 is going to go for $2. All right, and then I got Superman 31, another Lee In-hyuk variant. That's going to go for $2. Silver Surfer number 3 annual. It's going to go for $2. Journey into Mystery 646, 648, and 649. That's going to go for $6. And then I have Supreme number 1. We got a foiled title on the cover, going for $2. All right, so here's the deal. I'm sitting on a lot of these books, not seeing a lot of claims here. So I'm going to try and sell this off as a big bundle set deal here. I will do the double rack right now for $30. That's $15 a rack. That gives you a ton of comics that you're basically paying 30 cents on the dollar for, but that's when you get all of the books. So $2 is too rich for your blood. Let's do 30 cents per book, right? So if you get the entire double rack set, it's $30 for everything. This is a bundle set deal. So the only reason why I'm going this low is because I just want to move all of these books. So $30 gets you this rack and this rack. You're getting all the Indiana Jones, the Mask. You're getting all these Hawkmans, which is $22 value by itself. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck with this double rack. I just want to move these books at this point. So do I have any takers on the double rack? This is a going once, going twice deal. At $238, I'm going to take all this stuff down. We're going to build one more rack as we wind down from this afternoon show. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I appreciate it. We're always getting a nice big crowd in here. That's fantastic. Whether we're moving a lot of comics or just a few, I'm happy to have you guys here. Yeah. Katrina, I'll show it to you real quick. I have Scooby Apocalypse number 14 and 15. This is going to go for just $4 for the pair. $4 for these. Let me know if you're interested. Let me know. All right, it's already $238. I'll wait until $239. For anyone who wants to claim the double rack, this will be a huge weight off my shoulders. At $30, you get every book that is on this double rack from here to here on up. No worries, Katrina, I got you. All right, and with that said, I'm going to take the double rack down. Double rack at 30. No takers. All this is going back down. You guys can always message me after hours too. I've been noticing a lot of people doing that lately and being like, hey, Onrie, do you still have this book or whatever? I'll pull it off to the side for you. That's no problem at all. We're here to make this stuff available for you guys, not keep it out of your reach. All right, final double rack of the afternoon. Are you guys ready for this? And Chris Nash, I'm assuming you don't want these Master Kung Fu's, so I'm going to just put these back. If you change your mind, let me know. Okay, Masters of the Universe Revelation number 2. That's going to go for $2. I have Deadpool versus Punisher number 1, number 3, and number 4. That's going to go for $6. Mr. Miracle number 4 of 12 is $2. Harley Quinn 36 is $2. Venomverse number 5 is $2. Black Panther number 166. That's a pretty cool cover. $2. Claw and Black Panther facing off. Gambit number 4 is $2. Asterix, the free comic book day, $2. The Batman Adventures Annual number 2, $2. Gwenpool number 14 and number 21, that's going to go for $4. Amazing Spider-Man Legacy number 906, 909, and number 927. That's going to go for $6. Mighty Thor Annual from 2000 is $2. Black Adam number 7. We got a variant here by Sergio Davila and Arif Prianto. $2 on this. Unstable Molecules, I have 3 of 4. So I have 1 of 4 and 3 of 4 for anybody who's interested. Unstable Molecules is what the Fantastic Four's costumes are made out of. So you can get all or those 2 for just $4. Hulk number 8 is $2. Elektra number 1 Flashback is $2. Shirtless Bear Fighter 2 number 4 is $2. Bullseye number 3 is $2. Punisher number 10 and number 17. That's going to go for $4. And don't mind that beeping. That's my sump pump. I'm going to have to reset it soon. You guys can even hear the beeping. We got Future State Superman versus Imperious Lex number 3. That's $2. Star Trek Discovery Adventures in the 32nd Century number 2. Star Trek Resurgence number 3, cover A. And Star Trek Discovery: The Light of Kallus number 4, cover B. That's $2. Get it all. It's just $6 for all of these. $6 on that set. Spider-Man 2099 number 22, 25 by Peter David. That's going to go for $4. Daredevil Black Armor number 1 is $2. Highlander number 8 is $2. Exceptional X-Men number 1 is $2. I have X-Men Deluxe number 79, 84, and 91. That's going to go for $6. $6 on those. Rat City number 2 is $2. The Last Sin of Mark Grimm number 1 of 4, signed by the creator, $2. Street Fighter versus Final Fight, free comic book day, that's $2. Marvel Comics Presents 157, that's $2 on that. Dissension number 1, War Eternal, number 1 is $2. Grim Fairy Tales, the free comic book day, that's $2. Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, number 12 is $2. You guys will excuse me just one moment. I want to reset that battery. Well, it looks like it needs distilled water, so I'll figure it out once the show's over. Take care of that later. I think they axed that, and I don't think that guy won the whole thing. I think he just was a finalist, so I don't think that they may not have. Just because he was a finalist didn't mean that they were going to give him credit. So I think he was probably disqualified afterwards. I'm sure Todd would not have put out that cover if he knew it was AI. Zombies Assemble number 0 and number 1. That's going to go for $4. But then again, I'm not sure. So I have Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows number 15. That's going to go for $2 as well. That's 4 on that set. The Vision Director's Cut number 3. That's $2. Spider-Gwen number 23, that's $2. Venomverse War Stories number 1 is $2. Silver Surfer number 10 by Dan Slott and the All Reds, that's $2. Oh, and then speaking of Todd McFarlane, I have some Infinity Inc. books here. Infinity Inc. number 22, 23, 24, and 25, all by Roy Thomas and Todd McFarlane. This is going to go for $8 for this set. Okay, I have some Marvel Knights Punisher here. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. These are all covers done by Mike Golden and Bernie Wrightson. All 4 are going to go for $8. And I think this is when he comes back from the dead and is killing for hell or something like that. I don't remember. I never read it. Wanted, number 1. Number 2, number 4, and number 5. You're just missing issues 3 and 6, but otherwise I got all Wanted here for $8. Zombie Kid number 1. This is a free comic book day, going for $2. She-Hulk 159 and 160. That's $4. Defenders, number 1 of 5, that's $2. The Punisher, the Cell, it's a one-shot going for $2. And the Tiger, number 1, is $2. Peter Parker Spider-Man 26 and 27, that's $4. And then I have Vision, the Director's Cut, number 1. I'll go with that number 3. The Director's Cut is cool because it shows you the actual process that went into making the book. I love Director's Cuts. Give you a really strong sense of how comics are made. All right, one more book for that lower rack, and then I think it's time for us to go over the bottom row one more time. I have Dark Knight's Metal, Tales from the Dark Multiverse, number 1, going for $2. All right, now let's go over everything from the bottom one more time here. I'm going to lower the prices of all these bottom row books here, so let's see if we can move them now. I have Daredevil 212, was 5, I'm knocking it down to 4. Mighty Thor 357, 5 down to 4. Batman 394, 5 down to 4. Fantastic Four 227, 4 down to 3. Spider-Man the Hobgoblin Lives, number 1, 5 down to 4. Venom Finale, number 2, 5 down to 4. The Secret Life of Top Dog, number 12, that's 3 down to 2 now. The Defenders 47, that's 3 down to 2. Detective Comics 682, 5 down to 4. Batman Spawn War Devil, 20 down to 15, I'll take 5 off. Mighty Avengers 254, that is 4 down to 3 now. The all-new Flash TV special, that's 5 down to 3. Incredible Hulk 393, that's 5 down to 4. And Cole the Conqueror number 8, that's 5 down to 3. I'll knock it down to $3. See if we can move it. And then let's see what else we got here. I'm actually going to keep this Daredevil for myself, since no one really is showing any interest in it. Another issue by David Mazzucchelli. Can't turn it down. Real World's Wonder Woman, $5. Harley Quinn 1, we got an Ebas cover, $5 on that. Mighty Thor number 700, $5 on this. America Chavez number 2, 5 on this. Cross C-Day edition, 5 on this. Hackslash number 1, 5 on this. Green Lanterns 45 on this. And actually, let's make this interesting. I'm lowering the price right now and right now only for all these books to just $3. They're now all $3. All these FOMO books went from $5 to just $3. We got 7 books here. Each one is going to go for $3 now as opposed to $5. If you are interested in any of the FOMO books, call them out. $3 on each one. And that's from now until the end of the show. If you call me after, if you hit me up afterwards, they're going back to the $5 mark. All right. And finally, I have The Future Is going for $30. This is a cool graphic novel series. You can pick this up. It's just $30. It comes shrink wrapped, ready to go. I have a whole bunch of these. I have Hawk World, number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's going to go for $10. And then I have Strange Adventures, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. That is going to go for $8. $8 on that. All right. So we got about 5 minutes left and some stuff up here, but we got people are kind of coming in and out. So I'm going to just kind of reserve these last 5 minutes for anyone who has any questions about anything. So far, no one's got a spin today. I'm going to be on for another 5 minutes. So I get off the air at 3 o'clock. I'm going to need to yell in your general direction too. We're going to reverberate this. Did you get my my image though, Kyle, for the books for next week? If anybody has any questions, let me know. If there was anything you saw earlier that you want to see again, let me know. Okay, it is now 2:57. We have no one who has earned a spin today. I'm going to be sending out invoices. Kind of a slow week as I anticipated with cons and everything. So just letting you guys know, I'll be back on a regular schedule next week. We're going to do. I'll be back next Tuesday on the Experience at 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll be back at this time next week as well. Same time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, and then probably do a show either on Thursday or Friday. Not really sure yet. We'll get a feel for it. In the meantime, if you guys are looking for any comics in particular, you can always reach out to me and let me know what you're looking for, and I will be on the hunt and see what I can find for you guys. And other than that, that wraps up our shows for the week. I will see you guys next week. When I have more stuff to showcase. If you have any questions about anything I showcased today and you want to make some claims after hours, you're welcome to do that too. That's totally fine. We still have the majority of our FOMO books left. We still have some more bottom row stuff available. So feel free to hit me up at any point. If you have any questions or, you want to pick up something, I can take care of you for sure. And I will stay on the air until we hit 3 o'clock sharp. Until we're at the top of the hour. So you guys have me for another 2 minutes, whether you like it or not. So if you have any questions or any last words, any last comments, let me know. Or forever hold your peace and just message me directly. So we're down to the last minute here. I always stay on the air until the last minute in case anybody makes a final claim. It was something that I was taught very early on, was to stay till the end, stay to the last minute. Wait for the fat lady to sing. So, just letting you guys know I'm here until the top of the hour. I don't ever end shows early unless it's an emergency. So in all the years that I've been doing this, I've never ended a show early. So at 3 o'clock, at 3 o'clock, I will be ending the broadcast. So we're almost done here. At 3 o'clock, I'm ending the broadcast. Just letting you guys know. So get ready. All right. Take care, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Invoices will go out later today. Take care. Have a good one.